This was the moment that prompted Japan to turn its back on nuclear power. A tsunami triggered the explosion at the Fukushima nuclear power plant, causing 3 reactors to melt down, releasing radioactive material. Nearby towns had to be evacuated. People took to the streets, telling the government to ditch nuclear power. And it worked. At the time of the accident, there were 54 nuclear reactors, providing about 30% of the country's electricity. Now, only 9 of them are in operation, so their contribution has fallen to just 6%. As Japan relies less on nuclear power, fossil fuels like coal, oil, and liquefied natural gas, known as LNG, have become a much bigger part of the country's energy mix, which puts it at odds with the government's goal to be carbon neutral by 2050. Japan's greenhouse gas emission has been falling since 2014, but that won't be enough to reach this target. Japan will have to rely less on fossil fuels. Renewables like solar and wind are the priority. The government wants half of all power generation to come from them by 2050, but there are increasing calls for nuclear power to play a bigger role, prompting the country's energy minister, Hiroshi Kajiyama, to say he's trying to, quote, persuade everybody that in the end we need nuclear power for the country to be carbon neutral. And when heavy snowfalls brought Japan to the brink of power cuts this winter, the calls to restart nuclear plants grew louder. But 10 years on, public opinion remains cautious, and that's making Japan's carbon neutrality pledge more difficult to achieve. Mariko Oi, BBC News.